Hi there guys, we're with Tom again. We met last time at the shooting show last time.
Indeed.
And I think we even at the time, I think we looked at the 100 bullpup.
That's right,
which
yeah.
I've done a review on. But the 110, I've not actually managed to have a play with one of these yet. But could you just walk us through the 110, what it is? And I believe you've now got a new stock version here with a laminate stock.
That's right, yeah. Well, this time 4 years ago at the British Shooting Show, we unveiled the new 110, which is done as our new PCP market.
Yep.
With the polymer ballistic action to it. Back then it had the soft touch stock to it. Now we've released with a new grey Thumbnail stock, because straight away, as soon as we release the rifle, first thing people ask you is, when's the Thumbnail version coming out?
When can you get
when's
the
laminate version coming out? So 4 years later, we've now finally got the option here to help cover that little diagraph there. People want different things. So great, same action as always. You've got your same magazine system there.
So we've got side lever on this as usual. Magazines, how many shots on there?
10 shots in 2 magazines there. Like all 110s as well, you do have the option of having the cocking lever around on the other side if you're a left-hander or don't want to keep your trigger finger on. Picatinny Rail. Now, with the release of the 110 Carbine, which came out a couple of years ago, we introduced the small Picatinny Rail on the front here. This is the full-length one.
So we got the full-length version here.
And it's got that rail on there as well. That's been gone down very, very popular with a lot of people for your bipods, your sling saw studs. It is screwed in, so for some people who don't like it, you can just take it off as easy as that.
Nice and easy.
A nice little optional extra you've got there.
Nice and easy. It looks very pretty, and so this is now the new laminate stock.
That's it, yeah. Also got just a butt pad as well to it as well.
A butt pad on there, and you just told me just before we came on camera, literally this is hot off the shelves.
Hot off the shelf. This arrived in the country just literally a couple of days ago. We were getting a bit panicked thinking, is it going to be here for the shooting show? We've got new stands and new aims for it and everything else, so no. Good feedback so far for it. I mean, it just looks absolutely gorgeous.
It does look very pretty. It's what a lot of people, what are you calling it? Because a lot of people call this black pepper. What are you calling it?
We're just calling it the grey laminate.
The grey laminate,
Like to keep things simple, really.
Absolutely.
Just the grey laminate, yes.
And just for those guys that don't know about the 110 itself, what sort of, what can we get this in? Get it in 17722?
177 and 22, 2 caliber as a special order as well.
And can you get it in FAC?
You can get it in FAC as well, yes.
Okay, and what sort of shot count are we looking at here with the cylinder on here?
With the full length one here, in a 22 caliber, you're looking at around about 140 shot.
Yep.
In a 177, you're looking at 110. We've also got the Carbine version as well.
Well, talking about the Carbine version, let's just grab this. We'll just swap here.
We'll swap this round.
We'll swap this round, and I'll drop this one down. In fact, let's hold these side by side. There we go. So what we got here is the Carbine version. So for those guys that want something even shorter for the old ratting stuff or going around the barns, etc. You know, we're talking a good 20 centimetres shorter here.
10 centimetres shorter overall. Just under ½ kilogram lighter. You certainly feel the difference.
And again, you can get this in the laminate or in the black as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, talking about 55 shot in 177.
Okay, so you are losing shot count with this, as be expected. But then at the end of the day, it is a Carbine version.
If you're going out ratting, you're not going to be killing more than 100 things in a night, in my personal opinion. Otherwise, that's a lot of stuff you're disposing of.
And again, it's got the Picatinny's at the bottom on here, and it's got the same rotary magazine system that you guys do. Really good magazine system. I like that on there. And these come with Picatinny's at the top as well.
Picatinny's at the top as well as obviously underneath as well, like the full length one here. You get your quick fill equipment in there here.
So the big question is, how much roughly?
Roughly recommended retail price of £910 for this one.
Pretty reasonable, and that's for the Carbine and the
Carbine and full length one. That's right, for the grey laminates.
And when are these grey laminates going to be available? Go on.
We're probably April time is what we're looking at. We just advise people to talk to your local gun shop. Make sure you get them on back order, because we are going to be taking a lot of orders very, very quickly come Monday when we're back at work.
It does look awesome. It looks very, very pretty. It's nice to see that. A lot of people like the standard black, but I'm a fan of the laminates.
So, and also as well, just a nice little thing, little W in the corner.
Oh, that's very pretty.
So you know what it is.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Tom.
Cheers. Thank you very much.
Cheers. Right there, guys. We're with Tony, our old friend here at Daystate, and the Brocock, and we're going to be talking about the Brocock.
Less of the old.
So anyway, we've got this one here is now the Brocock. Let me get this right. Sniper XR, formerly known as the Bantam.
Formerly known as Bantam, but we don't mention that anymore.
We don't mention that anymore.
Okay, so this is the Sniper XR.
Quickly run me through it. You've got a minute and a half.
Right. Well, where do I start? Let's start at the back. Synthetic stock, full tactical, same material used on Glocks and what is the strategic nylon. We've got a side cocking lever, super lightweight to cock. Would you believe this is a 30 foot-pound version? So we've got that. That's much nicer for having a cocking lever on that.
Yep. So this is a new thing about all of the Brocops with the new XRs. They've all got the side levers on.
The side lever means that the way that the hammer works is different. So it's got a different hammer system in there, which has been updated, which means the valve's got to be changed. So there's a different valving in there.
Yep.
It's still got the Humour air regulator, which is a major feature of Brocock and Daystate rifles.
Yep.
Only Brocock and Daystate have access to Humour factory fit equipment. So that's a big plus for us.
Yep.
Probably the most reliable regulator in the world today.
Yep.
We've got that in there. We've got a carbon fibre bottle on this one, the highlight bottle.
Yep.
480 cc's of air, super light.
Loads of shot count on that one.
Loads of shots in there. Hundreds of shots out of a 12 foot-pound gun.
Shrouded barrel.
Shrouded barrel with a baffle in the end, or you could have what they call a mini version where you have a shorter, unbaffled shroud. Then you put a silencer on the end of that, so you end up with still a compact little rifle. 36 inches long, very tiny little rifle. What they call a semi-bullpup. So you've got your action brought back. So as long as your nose is not too long, you've got a very nice, short, compact firing cycle.
And it's just that side lever that does it. I've done the review on the Concept XR, and the side lever just totally transforms all of these rifles. And I've been down at the range actually talking to some people at the ranges, and they just love it.
That's right. Of course, it's also got a new barrel. So we've upgraded barrels over the last sort of 6 months to a year. So there's a slightly different barrel, and there's nothing wrong with the old one, but this is just a little bit better. So we've got that going on as well.
Awesome. Right.
There we go.
Thank you very much. Hi there guys, I'm here with Chris and we're here at a new sport to me called Action Air. Now I'm having a look around here and I can see basically these are CO2 powered pellet pistols. I have a few of these myself, but do you want to just tell us about this sport, because it looks very interesting.
Oh, thank you. Good morning. First of all, welcome to the Airsoft Surgeon 2020 Shield Cup Championship. We've been running this championship since 2013. And it's been going successfully every year. It's a sanctioned match, what we call UKPSA sanctioned match, and we have shooters flying in all over the world to compete in this competition. It is what people call a BB gun, we call a race gun, and it's all about target shooting, and that's what it's all about. It is a target shooting under the IPSC umbrella, and it's called Action Air. Action Air.
So from looking around at this, what I'm seeing here is basically, obviously these are probably more expensive, but the replica type CO2 pistols that are firing plastic BBs, hence the reason we got glasses on. And from looking at it, you have multiple stands set around with targets. Some of them are actual where you mark the target back up after, some of them electronic. And I'm assuming here the idea here is that it is the quickest shooting and the most accurate shooting combined. How does the scoring work?
It's basically that, absolutely correct. It's all about speed and accuracy. Speed, accuracy is the fundamental to obviously get your scores. And at there's 20 stage here. We're running a 3-day competition. And it is all about speed and accuracy, and that's what it's all about. It's no different to a proper match in target shooting under IPSC. That's what it's all about.
I suppose the nice thing about this, you can do this sort of stuff indoors as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, the only trouble with outdoor is the weather,
the wind and the weather.
And we've got a storm today. If we were doing this outside, we wouldn't obviously be able to.
Are these guys running? What sort of foot-pound are these guys running? Obviously, the air pistol rules are 6 foot-pounds. So these guys.
It's a totally different rule. Basically, it's a totally different rule. From an airsoft or what you call a race gun point of view, it's a totally different. Obviously, we don't go to per pound. Obviously, it's between 1 to 2 joules. But again, it really depends. Some are powered by CO2. Some are obviously powered by gas, as you see over there. It's gas. Obviously, we gas up the magazine, and it is a 6mm BB that we fire, and it's speed, and it's you find it totally unbelievable how accurate they are. They're really accurate. And the rigs they're using, some are using double alpha, some are using different brands, but it works just exactly the same as the real steel.
Or try and get some pictures of some of the pistols these guys are using, because some of the kit here, these guys are obviously taking it very seriously.
Absolutely. We have international shooters. We have top shooters from Hong Kong flying in, especially. We've got the Portuguese team, we've got the Belgian team, we've got the UK team. They obviously work around, and all the range officers are qualified UKPSA range officers to conduct obviously the the stages, and we will have a wheel shoot next year in Action Air in Russia.
Awesome, awesome. And finally, if people are watching this and getting a bit excited about it, because I think this is pretty damn cool. I like it. How do they get involved in this?
Please, obviously, there's clubs up around the country that you can get involved. There's a lot of clubs up and down the country we can join, and it's not that expensive to join as regards to club, and it's not that expensive to buy your race gun or your rigs.
Do you have a website that people can go to? What should they be searching for?
UKPSA Action Air.
UKPSA Action Air. So
yeah,
I'll do some Googling myself, and I'll leave some links down at the bottom of the video.
Okay.
Well, thank you very much, Chris. I know you're a busy man.
Thank you.
Very much.
Pleasure. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you.
Right, Tony, so I've got you here,
Right.
and hopefully I can put this out on air or not.
Yep.
So a couple of questions to ask you. We'll start here at British Shot Show. First question. New magazine to Daystate.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Right. Well, we've had a magazine project since we started. So the original magazine design has been changed about 50 different times. There has been an enhancement to give us a slightly higher capacity because it's felt that 10 shots, which was highly fashionable a few years back, is now not really cutting the mustard.
Yep.
So we've had a project to put a bigger capacity magazine in, but of course we want to do it without turning it into ridiculously high mounts.
Yep.
So we've been working on that, and we've got some new high capacity magazines in development.
Yep.
What you do with development is that you trial it and then you get it out for testing, and we've shipped I think about 150 of them out to the States.
Yep.
Where they're doing trials and development. I think they're even selling a few so people can buy them and test them.
All right, so we're in the sort of like
beta zone now.
Late beta zone.
That's right. There will be a few changes probably to those.
Yep.
And then we will adopt them mainstream across the whole range.
So when are we sort of expecting to see these, and will they be compatible with old Daystate rifles?
Yes and no is on both those questions. When can you see one? Not really sure, but it'll be in the next couple of months probably. It will be in addition to the 10-shot magazine, which will be phased out, but you can still get them.
Yep.
The higher capacity mags will be more expensive, of course. There's more machining involved. So that's the time frame. What was the second question?
Will they be compatible with, for example, Red Wolves, Wolverines, and things like that?
Well, yes and no. It depends on how far back you go. If you're looking at current range of guns, yes, it'll be compatible. But once you go back a few years, then tolerances change, and you'll have to try it.
Well, that's to be expected. So it will be compatible with your latest range that you're on the market.
Potentially, it should fit in even a Harrier X, but you'd have to try it out in the gun and see.
All right. And the next question. You're going to love this one.
Yes.
At a recent show, there was a very blurry picture of a new Daystate called the Delta Wolf. What can you tell me about it?
Almost nothing. The rifle will be launched or shown properly for the first time at the trade-only IW exhibition next month.
Yep.
So that's what everybody's working towards.
Okay.
So at that show we'll be able to do videos and interviews and talk about it, and obviously we'll give you the stuff as soon as we can.
Am I right in thinking it's at the concept stage at the moment?
No, it's a bit beyond that, but it's a new rifle, a new series, and what I will say is it's not a replacement for anything. So people who've just spent all their hard-earned money on buying a Red Wolf, it's not a replacement. It's another line of rifles completely. And it's a new beginning for the company. It's completely different, so that's why it's been launched separately. But we'll tell you more about it at IWA.
So I've got to wait for IWA,
right.
And as soon as I can get some information, we'll get it out, and I'll go through you guys and see if I can get it out there to the wider public as well.
Absolutely, yeah.
Any ideas when we can expect it on the shelves, or you're not even going to say?
I can't even tell you that. I can't tell you any. I was prepared to deny any knowledge of it completely, but I think it's too far gone for that.
But it's definitely not going to be released to the public at IWA. It's just showing the people.
It's to show the trade.
Right.
Maybe the trade will like it, maybe they won't. I'm sure they will. But if they do, there's an opportunity to make changes.
Awesome.
But that's how we generally do things. If you remember, we did it with a concept light last year.
Yeah.
We showed it at the trade, and we were fully expecting people to say we like this, we don't like this.
Yeah.
I was expecting people to want key lock or something like that, or M-lock. But no, they wanted to stay with the Picatinny, so that's what we did.
Awesome. So hopefully that puts to bed some of the rumours. I've looked at it, the pictures on the Facebook and everything, and with the name and the picture, you can sort of guess what it's going to be. But we'll leave it at that and leave it as a surprise for IWA, shall we?
Pleasant surprise.
Cheers, Tony.
Cheers.
Hi there, guys. We're at Infi-Ray, is it? Infi-Ray. I'm here with
Cliff Ray.
I'm going to admit I've never really heard of these guys at all before, and I've stumbled across them. So from having a look at the stand here, you guys do thermal scopes.
Basically,
only.
thermal all the way up from entry-level spotters, which are about £1,000.
Yep.
All the way up to £3,500 highest resolution spotters, scopes, clip-on scopes to mount on the front of a rifle, and one of the newest products, the hollow, to mount on a shotgun for practical shooting.
Right, so let's have a look at these. So what we're looking at here is basically fairly cheap compared to the rest of the market out there. Fairly cheap thermal scopes. So the first one I've got.
I would rather say cost-effective.
Cost-effective, yeah.
The reason they are the price they are is because the marketing. We don't spend £5 million a year, which is why you haven't heard of our name on every single magazine. So instead of buying a product that's been made for £100 gets sold for £1,000, you buy a product made for £800 sold for £1,000. So it's 4 times the quality.
Sounds awesome. So let's take a look at this first one here. What we got here. So this is thermal only.
All of this is thermal. This is their SCL 35 thermal scope.
Yep.
It performs beautifully, very good ergonomics, everything is on 1 or 2 button presses, so you can go black, hot, white, hot colour, zoom, magnify in the field without any problem at all.
Yep. So it's fully digital, zero eye relief for those guys that are probably used to those.
Yes, indeed.
Yep.
Runs on 2 CR123 batteries, and you can change them in the field in about 15 seconds.
Yeah.
They last about 4.5 hours, so if you're out in the field, even if you intend to be out there for 9 hours, a spare set of batteries, and you have no problem at all.
And just go through the features. Obviously, it's digital in there. So what sort of features are in there from the digital point of view?
Okay, it's a 384 thermal sensor.
Yep.
If you compare it in a show like this, everything will look good because we're looking at a few yards. One of the main things about their sensor is when it gets misty, foggy or rainy, the picture quality stays there much, much longer than any of the competition.
Yep.
I've demonstrated that probably 30 or 40 times, and every single time people have walked away with these.
Yep.
Biggest seller for the thermal spotters has been the recent Badger Cull, having demonstrated them because they perform beautifully in horrible conditions.
Okay, and in there you've got reticles in there, so you can change reticles.
We have four different reticle shapes, different reticle colours, black hot, white hot colour, 1, 2, 3, 4 zoom.
Yep.
That's it. Okay. We have One Shot Zero, which everyone expects these days on a thermal digital scope, and the new models that are shipping from next week also have Wi-Fi streaming, so if you want you can watch what you're doing on your mobile phone.
On that one, roughly price-wise?
Price on this is about £2,500.
Awesome. So let's move on to this one. So just walk me through what's the difference between this one that's sat on the end of the scope and this one.
Okay, fundamentally same sensor, same technology, everything inside, slightly larger lens on this, so it gives it slightly better definition. Okay. This is designed to be a dedicated scope on your rifle. This is for people who have already got the setup they want. So during the day they're out stalking with a rifle, and they can take this and use this as a thermal spotter all day long when they're out shooting deer. When it comes to the evening, they can simply clamp this on, put it on there, there's no loss of zero at all, turn this on and they have a fully functioning thermal scope.
Awesome. Absolutely.
That's it, simple
awesome.
as that.
I love that. And then you've got some smaller little units here, so what we got here?
This is simply a smaller version of this, designed for people shooting at closer ranges. If you've got something like a 2 to 8 power scope, then this is ideal. If you've got something like a 3 to 12, then this is the better product.
Okay, and the last and final one we've got here. This is like sci-fi. Looks really nice. So what we got here?
Very new, and these only just arrived in the UK about 2 weeks ago. I did have 8 of them, I now have 1. Okay, so that just sums it up. Another customer's picking one up this morning for the last one here. It's basically a fully functioning thermal scope in a unit that size, designed to mount on something like the top of a shotgun.
Let's see if we can get this to work. Abby, our camera lady here, can you just put that in front of the camera and see if you can get IR on us?
Okay.
Is that working? Can you see us, sir? Awesome.
Okay.
So the idea behind that is you put that onto what?
The idea for that is designed for close range shooting, so you could use it for hog shooting or something like that, which is its market in America, or shotgun shooting, ideal for going out at night, getting rabbits running across your field, using something like that at close range.
Awesome. Okay. Absolutely awesome. So if people want to know a little bit more about Infrared, where do they go?
This is their website. Our website is opticalsolutions.uk. I am the distributor for the whole of the United Kingdom, so please give me a call and I'll answer any questions you have.
And I might be tapping you up to borrow one off you one time.
No problem at all. And anyone's welcome to come and visit us in Lincolnshire. I'm just outside Spilsby, where we have everything on demo, 2 miles of open field behind us. So not only can you actually see the product, you can even zero them on your own rifle if you wish to.
Sounds like an offer.
Thank you.
Cheers, mate.
See you soon.
Hi there guys, so here with Chris. We're at a company here called Pentashot, and they're at the stand at the British Shooting Show. Now, taking a look at these, these pistols are unloaded, but if we take a look at this is a competition style biathlon type PCP pistol. So we've got PCP at the bottom, obviously this is competition 177, which you'll be using at around about 10 metres, would it be?
Yes, 10 metres.
About 10 metres. So obviously when you're using something like this, actually being able to use this normally indoors, you've got the pellets flying around and it's a bit restrictive from a safety point of view.
Yes.
So what you guys have done, if I'm correct in thinking, is what you're doing is you're attaching a laser system onto the bottom of the pistol, activating it via the trigger, and then via an electronic scoreboard you can actually see where the pistol's gone. So do you just want to walk me through this pistol, Chris, and just give me the basic characteristics of how the system works, please?
Yes, it is. The system is a laser. You have an emitter, and when you are shooting with it, there is a vibration, but going through, of course, the shape of the body of the. So
the vibration of the cocking lever is what's setting the laser.
No, only when you on the trigger.
Ah, right. Yes.
Yes, it is a vibration of the trigger. When you have it, you can see there is a laser.
Okay, so we're going to just point our hands to the side. So let's see if we can get that in the camera. So as he pulls the trigger, a laser shot comes out and flashes, and that flashes on the target. Now, I'm assuming obviously the targets are special targets down at the bottom. So down at the bottom, I don't know if Abby, you can zoom in on the blue target down there. But on the blue target there is basically what looks like. How's that target made?
This target, you can see when you shoot on it, it receives the laser of the pistol, and then on the application, on the app, on your tab, on your iPhone, or any of it, you can see where exactly you are shooting.
Right, so the target is detecting the laser dots, then works out exactly where it went using, I'm assuming, X and Y, and then transmits that onto the application and shows you where your shot would land. So what we've got here is a completely safe laser dot shooting system.
Exactly.
Now obviously you're not going to get pellet drop.
Yes.
Yeah, because it's a straight line laser, but then on target pistols you're not going to get that normal competition shooting anyway. Okay, can I have a quick go?
Yes.
Right, you hold on to the microphone.
Yes.
Right, so I'm going to give this a quick go on the blue target. Now as all you guys know, I can't close one eye, so I'm going to have to do it this way. And we can see actually just out of ball there. So the system works really well. We're only at about 3 or 4 meters here at the moment.
4 meters.
4 meters,
It can work until 20 meters. But we usually use it for 10 meters.
Excellent. And can you fit this? Can you fit this to anything, or is it only for pistols?
No, this one. This short one. Is for air pistols.
Air pistol competition pistols.
This one is for air rifle.
All right. And are we talking the competition style 10 meter target rifles?
Yes.
Okay. Can you fit this to any type of rifle?
Yes, because we're, as you can see on it, on this part there is an adapter for, at the moment we have for 20 pistols the most sale in Europe, but we can make for any pistols.
Okay, and how
this one? This one, if you see, is another model of laser, because this is the same system, but different model.
Okay, so there's a whole load of different systems that you can get. So I assume you have a website that we can go to and have a look at Pentashot and have a look on the website.
Yes.
Well, it looks awesome stuff, and it's something. And roughly how much is this? Let's just say I had the pistol, but I wanted the laser and the target. Roughly how much?
Yes, we are nearly 900.
Around about £900.
Yes,
so you can set yourself up at your own mini range, totally safe wherever you want. Awesome, brilliant, Chris. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Cheers, mate. I've been ambushed. Hello, Tony.
We are, hello.
Why have you dragged me to the range? Go on, tell me what's going on here, mate.
Right, well, so everybody comes along to these shows and they like to shoot the rifles. That's the best thing. And originally in shows you couldn't do that. It was all tabletop sales and stuff like that. So over the last few years we've been developing an indoor range. And it takes up quite a bit of real estate, and a very expensive real estate at that. But we've done it. We do it with all the other manufacturers.
So you're all clubbing together.
Clubbing together. And the organisers have been great, and they help subsidise this range. Otherwise we'd never afford to do it. it.
Yeah.
And what we then do is that we bring all our rifles down, and then we lend them to the Cornwall Red Squirrel Project and the Staffordshire Red Squirrel Project, and they use it to get funds for their charity.
All right, so you double-edged sword, really.
So people can shoot the rifles. They can try all the rifles in our range, Dave State and Brocock, and it's controlled and run by the two charities that we support. So we've got people on the range from Reith East College. Reith East College there's supports them. We'll go and have a look at them in a bit. And then we've got Ian here.
Hello, Ian.
Cornwall Red Squirrel.
Come in here.
You all right, mate?
Yeah, not too bad at all. Good to meet you.
And you, mate, and you?
Yeah, pretty good. Red Squirrel, Cornwall Red Squirrel Project. I know roughly what it's all about. Go on, tell everybody out there.
We're working to do something quite unique. We're working to reintroduce the red squirrel into Cornwall. So at the minute we have no wild red squirrels in Cornwall. We haven't had none since 1972. So we're working alongside various other people to bring the red squirrel back.
And I assume that is going to be dealing with culling the grey squirrels as well?
Yeah, so the first thing we've got to do is secure the habitat. To do this we're doing a variety of methods, with trapping and shooting, with the support of Brocock and MTC Optics and Day State are all helping us to achieve that goal.
That sounds great. And people want to find out more, where do they go? Have you got a website in place?
We have got a website, so it's www.cornwallredsquirrelproject.com.
Oh, come on, and can people get involved with it as well?
Yeah, well, we've got volunteers helping out on the project as well.
Okay.
And the biggest way people can help us is by joining the membership of the Cornwall Red Squirrel Project.
That helps fund it all out for you.
We are a charity, we're a registered charity, and all our money comes from running events.
Okay.
We got no. The only people that get paid are the guys who are actually on the ground doing the work. We've got three rangers out working.
Okay.
And all our money comes from.
And do you guys interlink with the other charities, Red Squirrel charities out there? I know there's loads of them around the UK.
Yeah, so we work closely with Red Squirrel Southwest. And we talk with all the other charities.
All the other stuff, a conservative joint effort on all this stuff.
To see what's
it's great work. We'd all love to see the Red Squirrels around. The only time I've ever seen one is on the Isle of Wight. They're on the Isle of Wight, aren't they? They are. So good luck with it all. Thanks a lot, though.
Thank you very much.
Cheers.
See you in a bit.
Cheers. So thanks, Tony. So really the whole idea, like we said here, is really just to give people a chance to play with the rifles that they all dream of. Let them have a play with it before they go and decide to put an order in, and also help the local charities out on that.
That's exactly. We cover so many bases by doing this.
Hi there, guys. We've got an old friend here, Terence, and we're at the Highland stand, and we've got a replica rifle here, and I don't know that much about replica rifles, but I know that this is a Mauser K98 Replica Pcp. So do you want to tell us a little bit more about it?
So we got the Diana agency in the last few weeks for the UK. This is one of the new rifles. You may have seen it on people's SHOT Show coverage. For 177 or 22, it's a PCP.
Right, so let's just stop you straight off there. PCP, so obviously you can't see the cylinder, so I'm guessing the cylinder's hidden under here.
So you got fill port.
Fill probe at the top there, into the... Yep, go on, Karen.
So obviously when you see a lot of replicas, they're normally BBs. This is pellets. Bolt action, as you can see. Single shot tray.
Single shot tray,
Or magazine.
Or a magazine. That's
so
quite interesting.
12 shot magazine in 177. 10 in 22. Which fits in exactly the same. Magnetically fed. Just flips in, pull down. Obviously, we're at a show, gun is empty, but there's still to pull the trigger.
And I've noticed also when I had a look at this before, we got a little push button safety catch under the trigger.
Safety, adjustable trigger, as you can see. But it's just a beautiful rifle.
And we have a look underneath, and it's nice and thin as well. And we have the fill probe underneath here.
You got your pressure gauge here, fill probe at the end here.
I think really one of the major things, we can just point it up a little bit here, is this has come complete with looking like the original. I remember the old days back with the 303s and stuff like that. Actual proper iron sights on this as well.
It has, so you got the iron sights going through to.
But we also have rails up here on, by looks at standard 11mm rails.
11mm rails.
So you could, but I wouldn't really want to be one of the put a scope on there.
You wouldn't want to spoil the lines of this rifle.
Absolutely
not. I mean, obviously, you have the hooks for your.
But that's sort of, we got slingshot hook up here, but on the back here, it's like a bit of a hole here. So what's going on here?
Essentially, your sling will feed through.
Yes.
And it will come onto here, so it'll be able to be fed through, come onto here, and all linked together.
And in the package, you get the sling with it?
I would love to say no, but I can't.
Right. So we need to check to see whether or not you get the sling.
And you can put comments in the bottom does.
Yeah, we can check that out. And is this available now? This is brand new, isn't it?
This is brand new, so this arrived with ourselves on Tuesday. Obviously, we're on Saturday now.
Yep.
So we were packing on Tuesday, Wednesday. It came over from Germany. So yeah, I'm expecting as soon as possible. I know they're on order. So yeah.
Have you had to play with shot counts on this? What are we?
Shot count is not huge.
It's not huge.
50 to 60 and 2.2.
Yeah. Okay.
40 to 50, 1.7.
Well, we're looking at that. It's only a tiny
it's a 100cc cylinder, so it's not massive.
Okay. Well, I've had a little play around with it. The bolt action is super smooth on it. I really like it.
Trigger's nice. Bolt action is lovely. It's a great gun. It's a lovely little gun.
Great little thing for backyard plinking and other things. In fact, being sub 12 foot-pounds, you can use it for pretty much anything you want. With iron sights, you want to go traditional on there. Okay then, big question, price?
$399.
Not bad. Not bad at all. It's not bad at all.
Very
Pretty good.
tempting. So
good to see you again, Terence.
Yeah, you too.
And thanks a lot. Right, Tony, we've got the MCC King Cobra here.
Cobra, right.
Yeah. So this is new, isn't it?
This is new. It's something that we wanted to do. I like the first focal plane 4 to 16, but I prefer a 6 to 24.
Yeah.
And this has just got the best optics I've ever seen. I mean, this is a very high quality scope lens, and with the first focal plane and a 24 magnification, you can really see what you're doing with this one. So this is my personal choice of a good scope.
Yeah.
Side parallax, 10 yards to infinity, illuminated, lockdown turrets, nice big turrets you can get into, and this first focal plane reticle, it just oozes quality.
Yeah, I've been playing with the F1 Cobra that I've been playing with. I've yet to have a play with one of these.
Yeah, well, we'll get you one of those.
Well, I think next time I steal a rifle off you, I'll have to throw one of them on it, and then I can do a double review.
Lovely.
Awesome.
All right, then.
Cheers, Tony. Alright guys, we're here with a company called AimCam, and I've got Matt with me here, and he's going to walk us through this nifty little product here I'm wearing at the moment. Now, as you guys know, I do a lot of the optics stuff, and I love my technology with the computers, Airgunology, etc. So I've built my own little aiming systems. But Matt, do you want to just walk us through what you've got here and what makes it so unique, and why people might find this interesting?
No problem. So this is our new AimCam Pro 2i.
Yep.
This is the world's first line-of-sight camera. So you can manipulate this camera to look straight down the rear of any gun, any firearm, whether that's shotgun, rifle. We sell a lot in the US, so pistol, bow.
Yeah.
You can manipulate this camera to record that view exactly as your eye sees it.
Right. So basically, just to put this really into simple terms, is what we have on the front of here is a very miniaturized camera.
Correct.
And these are the cameras you would have seen me use on the channel before for making systems, night sights, for example, like that. We've got a mini HD camera on here. Inside here, I believe we've also got a lithium-ion battery in here.
Correct, yeah.
USB charging. And what's the battery time on these?
You get about 2 hours record time on that.
About 2 hours.
You're not always recording though. It's very easy to flip between standby and record.
Okay, and we have at the back here we have an SD card as well in there.
Yep.
So standard micro SD, I'm guessing on that.
Micro SD, maximum 32 gigabyte. That records around 4.5 hours worth of video.
Okay, and it's running at what's the frame rates these and resolutions these are running at?
Yep. So 1080p full HD at 30 frames a second. You can downgrade that to 720p and get 60 frames a second. That's a bit better for your slow motion footage.
And the nice thing about these is basically it's all one unit, and you can take this little camera, move it up and down the rail, tilt it and adjust it how you want it.
Exactly. Even if you're left eye dominant.
Excellent. And do you actually have an app that runs with this as well?
We do, yeah. So it's Wi-Fi compatible. You can download the free AimCam app, live stream the view of your camera straight onto your phone, download any videos straight onto your phone, share them social media, WhatsApp, very easily.
Okay, so basically the way that I would use this is effectively connect it up to my camera, stick it on my head, and then basically move the camera, look at my phone, make sure it's looking at the right place that I want to work, forget about it. And how do you set the activation for record on this?
2 buttons on the side here.
Oh yeah, I can just make out, we'll take some pictures, but there's a couple of buttons on the side,
Front button will power that on. If you were to press the front button again, you'd begin recording.
Awesome, so it's dead simple. So literally raise up, click, record, do what you want. So ultimately these things could be for use from absolutely anything, whether you could use these for fishing, perhaps you could use these for skiing if you really want to do anything you want to do.
Exactly.
So, we've all seen the GoPros, and they're quite big, but this is just such a simple. And what about the lenses themselves? Are they just anything special? special about them?
So they're high impact resistant polycarbonate lenses.
So you could be using these for things like airsoft?
Oh yeah, no problem at all. We even have some airsoft full seal mounts available as well.
Yeah, okay.
They're as standard you get yellow, clear and black lenses.
And is that included in the kit as well?
Included in the kit.
Yeah.
100%
oh, here we go.
UV protection as well.
Here comes Annika Rice. There we go. We got another one. Look at them. Oh, they're actually cool. So these are great for airsoft, and these, people, you can wear these, no problems at all.
Exactly.
They actually look quite cool. They do. That's awesome. And how much are they?
The Pro. Oh, excuse me.
Don't worry about them.
The Pro 2i is £250.
Yeah.
If you want the Pro 2i fully loaded kit, which comes packed with all of our accessories, extra storage cases, extra power packs, larger SD card, that's at £300.
All right, so quite a reasonable price on that, and it's all packaged up with warranties and stuff like that. They are warranty guaranteed.
Yep. So there's a 1 year.
Okay, so what about things like warranties and stuff like that?
Yeah, so there's a 1 year warranty.
Yeah.
Manufacturer's warranty, so any problems whatsoever. You've also got a 30-day return policy. So if you purchase your rain cam, you're not 100% satisfied, within 30 days, get that back to us and we'll offer a full refund.
And how are you selling these in the UK? Is it through distributors or directly through yourselves?
Both. You can find AimCam probably in your local store.
Yeah.
If you go to our website, you will see our Find a Retailer page. You can enter your postcode and find your local store. That's
Alright, so you operate the standard models on that, yeah?
Yeah, and you can also purchase directly for our website as well.
Awesome. Pretty good, cool kit. So thanks a lot then, Matt. And,
no problem.
Yeah, I like these. I think these are quite simple. A nice little simple solution. Something that I've messed around with myself. These guys have done it properly. So thanks a lot.
Great, thank you.
Bye.